Hello students, today we are going to learn present perfect tense. But before that, let's see what is tense. Tense is a form of a verb that is used to show the time of an action. In other words, tense shows when an action is done or is performed. Tense has three major times. They are present, past, and future. And also it has four aspects: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. In the screen, you can see the three major times and the examples. Now let's look at it closer. The first tense, present tense, it tells about what is happening currently. That means what is happening now. For example, I live in USA. I'm in class 10. The next one, past tense. What has already happened. For example, I lived in USA. I was in class 9 last year. The next one, future tense. What will happen later in future? Look at the examples. I will live in USA. I will be in class 11th next year. Hope you might have got a brief idea about tense. Now let's move into the lesson. In this lesson, we look at the structure and use of the present perfect. What do you mean by structure? Structure means how to make the present perfect tense, how to form. Use means when and why to use the present perfect tense. And also, we are going to see another point, for and since with the present perfect tense. Now look at these examples. Has lived. She has lived here all her life. Have written. They have written 3 letters already. Have worked. I have worked here since I graduated school. Has done. He has finished his homework. Have been. We have been to Canada. Has forgotten. She has forgotten her folder. So you can see the form of present perfect tense and some examples. Let's see how to form present perfect tense. We form the present perfect tense with have or has plus past participle. We usually use have with plural subjects such as I, you, we, they. I have eaten an apple. You have eaten an apple. We have eaten an apple. They have eaten an apple. So I, you, we, they are plural subjects. That means more than one. Has is used with singular subjects. That means only one. Such as he, she, it, John. He has eaten an apple. She has eaten an apple. It has eaten an apple. John has eaten an apple. Now I have given you some useful irregular verb list which will be helpful for you to learn and practice. And also I have given you some regular verbs as well. Now let's see how do we use the present perfect tense. Now you should understand that this tense is called the present perfect tense. There is always a connection with the past and with the present. In other words, the action might taken place in the past and still it has its effects in the present, or the action which started in the past may continue to the present or to future as well. There are basically 3 uses for the present perfect tense. we use present perfect tense to express the experience, the change, or the continuing situation. Let's see one by one in a clear way. Right, now let's see how we can use present perfect tense to express experience. We often use the present perfect tense to talk about experience from the past. Here, we are not interested in when you did something. We only want to know if you did it. Now look at the examples. He has lived in Bangkok. Have you been there? So these action or states was in the past. Look at the chart here. So these action took place in the past and it remains as a memory in the present. Right? So we don't use present perfect tense to describe an event that took place in a specific time. We are not considering the time, but we consider whether it has happened in the past or not. Right? And also, we don't use present perfect tense with such phrases, adverb phrases such as yesterday, last night, 2 weeks ago, etc. The second one, we use present perfect tense to talk about the change or a new information. Now look at the first example. I have bought a car. So in the past, last week, I didn't have a car. But now in the present, I have a car. Look at the second example. John has broken his leg. In the past, that means yesterday, John had a good leg. But now, in the present, he has a bad leg. So, you can understand that we can use present perfect tense to express the change that has taken place. Present perfect tense can be used to express continuing situation. We often use the present perfect tense to talk about a continuing situation. In other words, this is a state that started in the past and continues in the present and will probably continue into the future. This is a state, not an action. We usually use for or since with this structure. Now look at the example. I have worked here since June. He has been ill for 2 days. How long have you known Tara? So all these states that it started in the past and continues up to now, and it will probably continue into the future. So we can use present perfect tense for continuing situations as well. Now let's have a better understanding on how to use for and since with present perfect tense. We often use for and since with the present perfect tense. We use for to talk about a period of time, that means duration or how long. For example, for 5 minutes, for 2 weeks, for 6 years. We use since to talk about a point in the past. For example, since 9 o'clock, since 1st January, since Monday. And also I have given you more examples that can be used with for and since. Now let's have a look at these examples. I have been here for 20 minutes. I have been here since 9 o'clock. So here in between these two sentences, you can differentiate the meaning. The first one talks about the duration and the second sentence talks about the particular point in the past. For more examples, let's read the next one. John hasn't called for 6 months. 6 months shows the duration. John hasn't called since February. It shows the particular point in the past. He has worked in New York for a long time. He has worked in New York since he left school. So you can have a better understanding that for is used to express the duration and since is used to express the particular point in the past. And also, for can be used with all tenses. Since is usually used with perfect tenses only. I have given you a simple activity where you can check your understanding. I wish you good luck. Hope you understood the lesson. Thank you for watching this video.